Alright. He said we need to let him know as soon as we're ready.
Alright, welcome race fans. Here we are, Midnight Motorsports, taking to Dover, Delaware. Good racing track, 1 mile oval. And I got my good old buddy joining me in the booth here tonight, Roger Wagner. Welcome, Roger.
Thank you, Rudy. Good to be here.
So, yeah, you could go ahead probably and tell them guys anytime they are ready. I'm ready. Looking for a pretty good race here tonight. I think the guys have got a pretty good handle on this track with their setup. I've been watching them for a while now, and they seem to be pretty decent. Most of the guys, I surely ain't, but I started out about 13th, and I'm running about 25th now. So
They are getting ready to take us to qualifying, sir.
Okay, we are waiting for the admins here to advance the session. We can get this going. A little mix-up in the server tonight, and we've got it all straightened out. Got a good handle on it now, so I think we're ready to rock and roll here. Anytime they are ready, we're ready.
Yeah, they're going to advance here in just a minute or two. They were going through some last-minute preparations.
Alrighty. Roger, you had a chance to go out here and run a few laps on this track. How did it feel for you tonight?
Well, with the wind the way it is, it's kind of snug in 1 and 2, and then really kind of snappy at the exit of 4. The way the wind is pushing the truck around it, you cannot be too early in the throttle here, coming up off the turn 4, which is one of the important corners to come off of. But if you get down just a little low, you get in the throttle, the wind's going to pull that right rear corner on around on you, just make the truck snap. So we're going to watch for most of our action coming up off of turn 4 tonight.
All right, turn 4, tricky corner on this track. I got to ask you, Roger, what do you think about my good old buddy Dale Jr. winning today at Pocono?
Well, I don't think the best car won. I am happy that
right.
That a Chevy won and not a Ford any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Right.
And anybody that beats Keselowski gets an A in my book.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was pretty impressive. I mean, he took the chance there at the end, getting by Keselowski when he messed up there, coming up on Danica Patrick. And of course, with that paper on the front of that, man, that was really making him hot. He was so worried it was going to blow. I think I'd have kept the hammer down and not worried about it blowing, but yeah, I think you're right. The best guy didn't win. The fastest guy didn't win, but I'm glad he won.
Yeah, it was good. That pretty much guarantees he's in the chase 100%, regardless of his points finish. As long as he's in the top 25, which should be pretty easy for him. He's not running bad. And then they just got to get it right for the last 12 races.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty excited. I don't know if you've been on Facebook, but man, I must have put about 25 pictures of him up there. Seriously.
Yeah, I saw a couple.
20, maybe 20. Wow, man.
I saw a couple of those.
Everyone, all the TV stations and everything posted, man, I was reposting them. Yeah, he's my driver.
Yeah, my wife was pretty happy that he won too. We were actually in Vegas when he ran out of gas and Keselowski stole the race from him, so this kind of made up for that.
Right. Well, we've got a couple fast guys out here tonight, Roger. If you had to choose somebody, who do you think might pull off the win here tonight?
Man, it's going to be a tough call. I know that Butler has to go to the back.
Right.
And I don't know who else has to go with him. I know the top 3 had to go to the back. Since I had to be gone last week from the broadcast, I didn't get to see who finished where. But so far tonight, I mean, just watching some of these guys practice, I like Steve Jones, I like Mark Russell. If Roland can keep his nose clean all night, he's got a shot at this. It's going to be hard to pin it down to one guy, but I think Mark Russell's probably the best guy so far tonight.
Well, that's probably a good pick. And, he's a good pick every week. Mark's a very good racer, and he's very adamant about making a great setup for these tracks. I know I have a few of his setup, and they are very good, very stable setup. He's probably the logical choice, but I think I'm going to go for Patrick tonight, and the reason why I'm saying that, he's just coming back from a little bit of a sabbatical, and I think he's fresh and ready to rock and roll here. I think I'm going to go for Patrick. All right. Well, while these guys get ready here, Roger, we're going to go ahead and play our national anthem, okay?
Let's do that.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we are back here, and some good times coming in there, Roger. One of your picks up there on the top, Jones, you were talking about, and Mark Russell up there in fourth.
Yeah, that's a tenth of a second. That's really fast. We know Butler's going to the back. I don't know who else is going to the back. We know Butler's going to the back.
Yeah, that's a given. The reason why a lot of people don't realize that, he won last week, and they kind of have a rule that if you, I don't know if it's a rule or like a gentleman's agreement, or I don't know.
It's a rule, and it's a top three, I believe.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
The top three got to go to the back, no matter where they qualify. They got to go.
Yeah, they got to qualify for a pit road position, but then they get an EOL to start the race.
Ooh.
And here, that could be costly.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
That's why I wasn't sure about the Mark Russell deal, because I don't know where they finished last week. I didn't go back and watch the broadcast because I've been busy all week. So
yeah, you got to start watching them broadcasts, buddy.
I try, but we get busy at work. I don't have time at lunch, and then during the week I'm working so much on setups for these cars that I don't have time to sit down and watch the broadcast if I'm not part of them.
Well, you are part of this.
I am part of this one. I wasn't last week, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it was a pretty good race last week. Gosh, I don't remember where they raced, but I know it was a good race.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I watched about 10 minutes on my phone while we were waiting for dinner with the in-laws to get done. I watched a little on my phone, and it was about 25, 30 laps into the race. I watched about 15, 20 laps. There was a couple cautions, and then I had to go, and I never did get back to it.
Yeah, and I think they ran caution free the rest of the race. I think if that's the one I'm thinking of. I don't know. You know, you do so many of these, you kind of lose track of them.
Going to have about 14 already taking time now. Rick Walker, the slowest of the bunch. Half a second off the pace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was about 9/10 of a second or something like that. I was trying a couple of different setups, and actually, I'll tell you the truth, the best setup that I had was my Atlanta setup, the one you made for me at Atlanta. And that turned the best lap out of because I have a couple of Dover setups, and I think they must be old ones or something. I need to get rid of them.
Well, I was trying to help Pearson get one tuned in, and I think he's going to be okay on the long run. He's not going to be real fast at the beginning of the run, but it's going to hang on for him for a while. So if we get a long green run, he might be okay.
Well, that's going to be the secret here tonight. The long run, I think. So, all right.
Some nights it's hard to get one here, but we are getting ready to go.
Let's get down here to the, if I can get there. That's why. Alright, qualifying. Steve Jones not on the grid yet, but Steve Jones coming in right there with a 22.789 in the number 05. In second, the number 12 of Perry Snelson. In third, the 88 of Sean Butler. In fourth, the number 70 of Doug Lemons. In fifth, the number 9 of Mark Russell. In sixth, the number 14 of Chris Pence. In seventh, the 83 of Stephen Pearson. In eighth, the number 3 of Patrick Rowland. In ninth, the number 6 of Matt Helmers. In 10th, the number 55 of David Lowe. Roger.
Randy Angelin will start the number 47 truck in the 11th position. On his outside, Frank Reese will start his 36 truck in 12th. I'm scheduled for Ryan Harbin. There he is, Ryan Harbin, to start 13th in the 01. Rick Walker's got the 68 and 14th. Robert Summers will start the 34 truck in the 15th position. William Toney will start his number 87 in the 16th position tonight. Jason Sizlove is going to start 18th in the 44 car. The 32 of Brent Keith will start 19th, and the number 11 of Ron Coles is going to start 20th. Rudy.
All right, Roy Hall starting 21st in the 45. In 23rd, the number 20 of Nicholas Stone. 24th, the 33 of Bob Roberts. In 25th, the number 19, I believe he is at the tail end of the field, Scott Barkman in the number 19.
I had Nick Stone starting back there somewhere. Do we have him on the... Okay.
Yeah.
Because he was the last one when I checked the first time, and I guess Barkman came onto the grid afterwards.
Yep. So, all right, well, them guys rolling off now, and like you said, Roger, some of these guys going to be getting EOLs for the top 3 from last week. And they're getting those out of the way right off the bat.
And I can't remember if it's the top 3 or just the winner, but I was thinking that they were discussing the top 3 when they were talking about this. It may just be the winner of the race. I may be mistaken on that. I do know Butler's got an EOL, and he is headed for the back.
Roger, I'm going to give you the honors to get this thing going here. Oops.
You bet, buddy. Going to have Steve Jones and Perry Snelson on the front row as we come through turn 4 here, waiting for this pace car to duck off. Going to get this thing started. 80 laps. Here's our pace car. We wait on green. It takes a long time for the green to come out here. You go a long ways up on the straightaway. And the green flag is out, and we are underway. Holster kind of fell asleep right there. Looks like Snelson and Lemon's going to get a good jump on him.
Yeah, man, that was a great jump Snelson got, jumping right out to the lead. Not what Jones wanted to see, I don't think.
I don't really have any doubts that he'll go right back up there and go after this lead, though.
23 trucks on the grid.
Oh, and Lemon's put it in the fence already. He nailed a nice brush job down the front stretch there. I got a little damage on the right side of that truck. Somebody back here about 6th place really being aggressive.
Back there, Doug Lemon.
David Lowe.
Oh, Snelson into the wall.
Snelson wrecked it coming off 4.
Yes, he did. No caution, though. He's got it back going, but no caution. Wow.
Didn't get it turned far enough sideways to bring out the caution, which for some of these guys is fortunate. For him, very unfortunate.
I wanted to go back and look at this one more time here. He definitely just like lost it right there.
And that exit of turn 4, if you get a little throttle happy, that thing will come around really quick with you.
Yeah, he just got really loose right there, and it just come right on around on him. And I
jump back here. Take a look at Sean Butler, already up to 16th.
Yeah, I don't.
Guys just kind of letting him go too.
I don't think anybody else got
There's us a wreck.
Uh-oh.
David Lowe spins down the front stretch, collects several cars, including the 34 car, Robert Summers. I think Patrick Rowland is in this.
Patrick Rowland, yeah, I'm seeing him.
Yep, David Lowe, he hooked that left front tire down on the bottom, and he got it caught straight and slowed, but then Patrick Rowland gets right in the back of him, and that just kind of sets off a big chain reaction. Robert Summers goes sliding through there trying to miss it, ends up hitting the inside wall, and then going up and getting... I thought he got hit, but he didn't. It was just a smoke that looked like he got hit a second time.
Right on Patrick Rowland here, and we'll see here in a second. David Lowe gets really loose right there. Oh, and he's going to gather him up, and Patrick Rowland just plows into the rear of him. And it looks like Patrick almost blew his motor.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be very effective the rest of the race. Chris Pence, a bunch of damage on the rear of his truck. Randy Angelin, a bunch of damage on the front. The 34 truck, Robert Summers, all kinds of damage. The 01, a new name to me, Ryan Harbin in this league. He's got a ton of damage on the nose of that truck. I think Rick Walker's got the left front wrinkled up on it. There's a bunch of trucks involved in this.
A lot of trucks coming down pit road right now. And a lot of them are crop dusting for mosquitoes.
Well, at least one of them. Butler's on pit road, too.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's got nothing to lose back there if he's that far back. Especially if everybody around him was pitting. He might as well take fresh tires.
Yep.
He is taking right sides going on. Right sides only.
Yeah, I'm looking now after I looked at some of the pit stop trucks. I looked up here for Lemons, and he's got damage all down the right side of his truck from that smack on the wall. So I wonder if that's going to affect him if we get a very long run.
Well, it looks like Perry Snelson may be sitting on pit road for a little while. He's got some pretty serious damage on that, and probably a few others too. But Steve Jones back up front. Looks like Patrick Rowland may be done for the day. My pick, I thought, was going to win this tonight.
Well, if you remember, I said the key was that if he could keep his nose clean, he could be pretty good tonight.
Yeah.
Just didn't work out for him. It wasn't his fault at all.
No, he was a victim of circumstance right there. Wrong place at the wrong time. So, looking here, Sean Butler going to be clear up to 7th already, Roger. Wow.
He had to have only filled with fuel or took 2 tires on that.
He only took 2, right sides only. Yeah, I watched him. He only took right side. The top 6 did not pit. So Sean was the first one that did pit, first one off of pit road. So I would imagine he probably only took 2, especially for track position.
That's funny, because I was just getting ready to seek this gentleman out, and lo and behold, here's Patrick Rowland for us, buddy. What happened out there?
Man, that was a lot of fun, but really short-lived, wasn't it, gentlemen?
Yes, it was.
I just came up off of 4, and David Lowe was getting a little squirrely there, and I just really had nowhere to go.
Well, I want to tell you that Rudy picked you to win. He jinxed you, just so you know.
I think it was a jinx.
I haven't raced in quite a while, but I hadn't raced in quite a while, but it was feeling pretty all right tonight. But yeah, just one of those racing deals. You know, I hope David's all right and not too upset with me, but I really had nowhere to go on it.
No, we watched it. Yeah, you were just a victim of circumstance right there.
That's about how the luck's been going for me lately.
And if
it was great to be out here with these guys tonight, though. It was a lot of fun.
If it wouldn't have been you, it might have been somebody else. So, well, better luck next time. I really kind of picked you, Patrick, because I thought, you haven't raced in a while. You're going to go out here and you're fresh, ready to rock and roll with these guys. And and that's why I chose you to win tonight.
Well, I appreciate that, Rudy, but I think everybody ought to be keeping an eye on that front stretch tonight, because coming off 4 is going to be the tough spot, especially on these new tires. After a few laps and these tires come in, it's not quite so bad, but everybody's pretty loose here at the beginning of a run.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the long run's going to be best for these trucks.
If we can get a long one, I think it would be,
Yeah, I think so too. Rudy, we're about to restart, so Patrick, hang on a minute.
Pace car is in. Now they're just waiting for the green flag to fly. Long ways down this stretcher until the green flag flies. Doug Lemon's getting a great start with Steve Jones right there on the inside. Boy, Doug just...
There's a big pilot going in and one at the back. That's a huge pile. I was trying to watch those guys. There's a bunch of jockey going on free green.
Yes, sir.
Frank Reese.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think he was the cause. I think he's just kind of in the middle of it because he happened to be on the outside of maybe David Lowe. No, William Toney.
We're right on this and ready to go here. He was back in the field all the ways too. But yeah, I think it was somebody up ahead of him.
He restarted about 18th, and he just kind of jumped in there and got on the right-hand corner of Tony's truck. It looks to me like maybe he moved down a little and hooked him. I have to get a better angle at this.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if, who was that, William Toney? Was that William Toney? It looked like William didn't go. The 37? Is that the 87? I can't even read that number. It's so donut on the door, I couldn't read the number. But it looked like he just didn't go. And Frank was holding his line, but, but that's the kind of things that happen out there. Dang, that's too bad for them guys, man. Now it looks like we got more guys coming down pit road. David Lowe on pit road. And David Lowe has got, man, has he ever mangled up. Harry Snelson's still got an awful lot of damage. But we got a brand new leader up front, Doug Lemons.
And I was getting ready to say before I saw that pileup start to happen that Steve Jones has missed every restart. I mean, there's only been 2 so far, but he's just been asleep on every single restart.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. He's not picking a mark on the wall or something. I always, whenever I race on a track, if I'm the leader, I always pick a mark on the wall so I know when the green flag's going to fly. So you can time it.
Right.
And when I hit that mark, I hit the gas, and just at about the same exact time the green flag flies. So, and I think that's what a lot of these guys, these really good racers, do. Is it's all about timing. And I think that's what you've seen right there with Doug Lemons, timing it just right and getting that jump on Steve Jones. Steve was just asleep at the wheel right there.
Yeah, this is a very tough track to begin with.
Yes.
And you throw in a little bit of weather factor that we've got going on, and that wind blowing around is really making it even that much more difficult. It's going to get very, very interesting here, unless we get a long run with all these guys on these restarts. Everybody's trying to get what they can get on the fresh tires. That just creates more situations for guys to get into each other and cause these pileups. And this track's so narrow. When you're out there, it feels wide, but it's so narrow. When something happens, you really don't have time to react, and it covers up the whole track so quickly that you're into it before you know, unless it happens behind you.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. There's concrete walls on both sides of you, and you bounce off of one, bounce off the other one, right back up into traffic, and it does gather up more vehicles. So, the guys are aware of these situations. It's just that it's so hard to miss, as Patrick well knows. He's left us already.
Yes, he did. The war of attrition. So far, he's the only car out of the race.
Right.
William Toney is at the tail end of the lead lap.
But he's still on pit road.
Actually, that's not true. He is a lap down, maybe 2 laps down now. And he's got a bunch of damage on that truck. It will not drive very well. I promise you that. It's going to be really tight.
Yeah, he took a pretty hard lick right there. So we're getting ready to go back to green though, Roger. I believe it's your turn.
I'll do it.
Mark Russell right there, starting in third. Matt Helmer's fourth. Stephen Pearson up to fifth. Sean Butler sixth. Man, look at this. Jeez, oh man. It's going to get good here.
Yeah, Bob Roberts seventh, and that Ryan Harbin. I'm going to go with that. So it hasn't taken long for Butler to find his way towards the front here. The pace car ducks off. We get ready for this restart. And green flag's in the air. And this time Jones gets a little bit better start. It's a little more. Oh, he just turns Lemons right in front of the field. This could be really big.
Oh boy. And there's more going on too.
Wow, way on around the corner. I'm not sure what caused all that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lemons might be done though.
Bob Roberts was into that. Let's go back and take a look at that. And this was right on the start too. Right after that, I don't know what happened after Lemons got turned there, and I don't know if Doug come up the hill or what happened. A lot of change in lanes, I see. A lot of checking up.
It looks to me like Lemons maybe drifts up the hill. Jones is just running straight along the wall. It looks like he tried to take his angle, and he wasn't clear.
Yeah. So, and then more wrecking after that, as you see Bob Roberts getting into it here with the 47 of Randy Angelin. So, man, oh man, more of it. And then Doug gets another piece of Bob Roberts. So, man, it's going to be a demolition derby out here tonight.
I was hoping not.
Yeah, me neither. Very unfortunate for Doug, though. I mean, I think he had a very fast truck. Man.
Oh, and I see what happened to Bob Roberts. He sees Jason Sizelove come sliding across grass, and he goes to move up, and Randy Angelin was already on his outside a little bit, and he just moved up and got himself turned right there. That was just unfortunate. He saw that 44 truck come flying through past the grass and coming up. He tried to move up to avoid it, had somebody on his outside. You can't see back there on that corner.
Right.
And that's what did Doug Lemons is when he hit the wall and was spinning, Lemons ended up running into him. Pence and Lemons both. The 20 truck got into Pence's door really bad. Nicholas Stone. We got a bunch. That was bad news about the wreck at the front of the field. It just, there's nowhere to go.
Oh, yeah.
Track covers up.
Yeah. That's the bad thing about this track. As much as I love this track, if there's a wreck, it just seems like there's a lot of people get gathered up in it. And I don't think the wrecking's over. I mean, I hope it is, but I don't think it's going to be. As tough as this track is, there's a lot of guys out here that are slipping and sliding. So we've got a few fast ones up in the front right now. Mark Russell and Matt Helmer, Sean Butler, Ryan Harbin, Brent Keith, your top five. Randy Angelin in sixth. Ron Cole seventh. Robert Summers eighth. Frank Reese back up to the ninth position. And Stephen Jones in 10th. Our pole setter.
Yeah, I want to look at Jones' truck and see. He's got a bunch of right and left front damage, so.
We're going to go back here and take a look at it up close here and see what he's got.
Left side's really bad, and right rear corner's messed up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be driving a dump truck.
Yeah, that thing's not going to be fun to drive. Looks like maybe he may come down pit road again here. Try to get a little more of that damage fixed up.
Takes a long time to get anything done.
Yep.
And it's pretty fast, really. I mean, it doesn't seem a minute and 20 seconds, give or take. It seems like a long time, but it doesn't when you have to roll down pit road at 35 miles an hour. You lose a bunch of time. The pace car's out there doing 45, so you're losing time rolling down pit road. By the time you get to your pit stall, you only have about 20 seconds to get anything done. The field's forming up behind the pace car, so we must be on the one to go.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we are at the one to go. This guy's a late pit right there. Going to be starting way back in the field.
Russell and Helmers up to the front.
They're probably going to barely get off the pit road in time for the green flag to fly. All right, going to be taking green on lap 20. Now I see why they made it a short race at 80. This is a tough
I
track.
recall a fixed race that had 11 cautions in 100 laps.
Wow.
A couple 3 months ago, is that right? You remember that? At Dover?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty tough. All right,
Your turn, buddy.
Pace car's in. Mark brings them to the line. Matt Helmer's on the outside, waiting for the green. Green flag is out. Good restart that time. Everybody's starting pretty even. Matt Helmer's on that high side. Sean Butler coming right up underneath him, going to take over second.
We
Slides
may have
it.
the lead by the time we get off the 4.
I don't know. Mark Russell's pretty tough to get by.
The run he had through 1 and 2, I thought he would pull out down the backstretch, but apparently Mark Russell just got up to speed. He's going to be able to hold him there for just a little bit.
They've got to give it a little bit of time for these tires to get warmed up, get a little heat in them, and I think they're going to start finding a longer run on this once they get the heat built up.
Yeah, Frank Reese has got so much damage and he is so far off the pace. He's just getting freight trained by these guys going around every corner. He's almost a rolling chicane at this point.
Ryan Harbin running really well here in fourth. Back here almost a second behind the leader. Brent Keith has come all the way from 23rd, and he's up here in 5th now. Robert Summers is going to move into the 6th place. Jason Sizlove now losing a spot. Scott Barkman in 9th. So I think the guys are starting to get settled in now a little bit, Robert.
Looks like we're trying to go with a green run here. Everybody's kind of getting spread out. I know. Everybody's kind of getting spread out a little bit here.
Yeah. We've got a lot of tore up trucks out here. Rick Walker, he's got damage on both front corners of that truck. He seems to be running okay.
Yeah, we have several trucks that are very damaged. And some of them actually hanging on pretty good, but some of them are just falling back like a rock.
Rick Walker getting by Scott Barkman right there easily. He just powered it right into the turn and got by him. Yeah, it looks like Doug Lemons has taken his truck behind the wall, so 21 trucks left out on the track. Rick Walker here running 3.7 seconds behind our leader. Mark Russell still up front. Let's ride along here with Sean Butler and see what he's got for Mark Russell.
Sean keeps getting good runs, but then he gets loose like that.
Yeah, he's driving a loose truck right now, and I hate to say this, but Mark Russell's going to start pulling away. They are coming up on some lap traffic here, though, and this could play into Sean Butler's hands. Oh, and he hits the wall. Not good.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to do that once or twice.
Oh, yeah. I think sometimes just using that wall to keep you from Spinning too is not a bad thing. I see a lot of drivers do that.
Kind of watching this battle back here. And I don't know that it's going to be much of a battle for Perry Harmon. I'm watching Steve Jones back here. He's caught David Lowe. It's for 12th place or 11th. Yeah, Lowe's going to have to let it go. Jones's truck's actually a lot faster than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
With all that damage.
He's not doing too bad. 5.5 seconds, 5.3 seconds behind the leader. Not too bad. He's coming up on the 19 right there of Scott Bartman. That would be for position 2. This guy's closing up on him. Sean Butler up in the lead. Well, there you go. Brand new leader up front. Missed that pass, but I wonder if Mark might have slipped up a little bit or something.
He did. If he had to slow for a lap truck and it broke his momentum a little, and Butler got him.
Yeah,
got right to his bumper and then got right by him.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Russell's making a charge back now, though.
31 laps in the books. Working on 32. Mark Russell hanging right there in second. Matt Helmer, boy, Matt's really been showing some muscle here tonight. Him and Ryan Harbin both. They're hanging with the leaders quite well. I just wonder if they've got something for him when it comes down to the end of this.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they shake out. They may be on a different pit strategy right now. The tires are really busted too.
Now they can't make it the rest of the way on fuel, so they will have to stop one more time for fuel.
I am not sure that is entirely true.
Well, it's about. You think they can make it 60 laps on a tank of fuel?
Yeah, pretty easy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Tire
easy caution. I heard somebody thump the wall, but I wasn't sure who it was.
Frank Reese going around.
Yep, right on the front stretch.
Go back. I think that might have been a self-spin, but...
It was. It was a self-spin.
Yeah, nobody around Frank at all here. He's just been really not too dialed in tonight. Yeah, he kind of dove it down to the bottom, and he seen he was going a little bit too low, and let it go back up, and then tried to pull it back down, and it just took him right around. I don't think he hit anything, but
just snapped in the middle of 3 and 4, middle of 4 there.
Oh, take that back. He did hit the inside wall. Okay, well, all right. So the guys are trying to get this as let's see, Sean Butler up front. Let's get up with him. Not sure if he's going to come down pit road or not. Yes, he is coming down pit road. Bringing everybody with him.
They got a pretty sizable gap there, too.
I'm sure he's going to probably want to take 4 tires. He only took 2 on the last pit stop. Mark Russell in as well. Right side's going on both of them. And left side's going on both of them. So now it's just going to be a race off of pit road. Our pole sitter, Steve Jones, in his pit stall. Right side's going on. And left side might want to sit there and
hold serve.
Get a little damage fixed up. That's what he's going to do.
Butler holds serve. Harry Snelson.
Well, what do you think, Roger? We ought to maybe get down there and talk with somebody on the track tonight.
Yeah, who do you like?
Well, I was thinking about maybe see if we couldn't talk with Scott Bartman. I mean, I try to pick somebody at random. And, you know, it's somebody we've never, I don't think we've ever interviewed Scott Bartman.
Probably not. See if he's got a mic and fire it up. Rudy, go after him.
If I can get a hold of him here. Scott Barkman, this is Rudy up in the booth. You got a copy.
Gotcha.
Scott, how's your racing going for you out there, and how's your truck running?
Well, it's going pretty good right now. Just kind of taking it easy right now, letting things work out. Pretty happy with it so far.
Well, we've been hearing a lot of controversy about the wind in turn 4. Has it been throwing your truck around a little bit and making it loose?
Yeah, a couple times coming out of there I got a little bit loose, but I haven't been too bad so far. So I'm crossing my fingers that that won't happen too much.
Well, what's your plan to get to the front? Can you share it with us, or is that a corporate secret?
Process of elimination. I just let the yellows keep coming out, and I'll just work my way up that way.
Probably not a bad plan tonight at all, Scott. Well, good luck out there tonight, and hopefully maybe we'll see you up toward the front later on.
All right, thanks, Rudy.
Process of elimination, he says, Roger.
I believe it. It's a war of attrition. I mean, that's just racing at Dover, really. Most short track, but here's really interesting because it's high banks, a lot of speed, but it's really slick.
Well, and you got them dips where it drops down into the turn, and then it also raises back up coming out of the turn, and it kind of lightens the back end of the truck when you do that, and that always seems to be where you get loose coming out of the turns. So, all right, well, we're getting ready to go back green, Roger, and pace car is going to duck off here in just a second.
Probably my turn, I think.
You just go right on ahead then.
Coming off of our fourth caution tonight, we're about to the halfway point here, so maybe we'll get 40 lap restart here. What do you think?
All right, sounds good.
Pace car is in. Butler's on the front row here with Russell again. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Kind of a delayed start there.
Sean gets a good restart though. And Mark Russell not far behind him. Matt Helmer's right there. Robert Summers up to 4th. Good to see Robert up there. Another, strong runner that we don't really mention too awful much, Roger. He does like to be right up into the mix of things in the front.
Yeah, he usually tries to get himself up there as quick as he can and then try to hold on and see what happens. I'm kind of watching back here. There is a gaggle of trucks back here in the second group. They're getting single file now. Boy, they were side by side about 3 rows deep. And they're starting to work it out. I thought we were going to get to see some action back here for about 8th or 9th place.
Yeah, the guys have switched up a little bit. A couple people have moved up, a couple back. I just wanted to mention Frank Reese has taken his car behind pit road, so another one out of the race, down to 20 drivers now.
Yeah, I just watched Rick Walker take it down into 1 and the nose didn't stick it on. He washed up the hill and lost 2 spots.
Trying to find him. There we go. There's Rick. Yeah, he's suffering with that little bit of nose damage. And he was really fast in practice too. I think he was like 6th or 7th fastest, somewhere along in there. And I think he had a really good setup tonight. But now he's got that damage.
Yeah, he got caught up early.
He's just not as fast.
The front 5 broke away, and now the front 4 have actually eased away from 5th place. Just a little bit, but they are staying a pretty good group. And then you got a big gaggle of trucks behind that.
Yeah, they're definitely pulling away. Mark Russell looking on the inside of Sean Butler for the lead, and he just takes it easily. And now Matt Helmer's on the inside of Sean Butler. So wonder what's going on with the Sean Butler truck there tonight.
I think he just got shuffled out around, and then everyone's trying to take advantage. He almost lost another spot right there to Robert Summer.
Yeah, Robert wants that position really bad. You know, we're past the halfway mark now, and these guys are starting to set the trend of what they want to do and figure out, you know, between them and their crew chief what they want to do to get up there to the front. In the meantime, Mark Russell's just pulling away from these guys.
Yeah, he is.
And boy, I'll tell you what, you picked him, didn't you?
I did.
And you know, I think, like I said, I think that was a good pick. Mark is out there with a good stable setup, and that's what you got to have. And I think he's one of the guys that makes the setup for the long run.
Caution on the speedway. And that is going to be David Lowe. Yep, that's a self spin. Lap.
I'm still showing him going.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but for some reason it wouldn't pick David Lowe up. I don't know what was going on there, but anyhow.
I have that every once in a while.
Yeah, that was really weird. He just showed him keep racing. So, all right, well, it looks like a lot of guys are coming down pit road here. Let's see, Mark Russell's still out, I believe. Let me get up here to Mark Russell. Yeah, Mark Russell's staying out.
Yeah, Russell stayed out, Helmer stayed out, Harbin stayed out, everybody else went in.
Yeah, Sean Butler back in. I believe he is. Yeah, he's in pit road. Robert Summers, Jason Sizlove. Jason up to 6th now. First time we've seen Jason up to 6th place. Or that far ahead, I should say, in the top 10.
Right.
So good to see him up there again. David Lowe may be out of the race as well.
Yep.
Doggone, boy, this race is not being kind to these guys, is it?
Right.
Anybody you want to talk to down there?
We're just now a little past the halfway, and I don't know that the cautions are done, and there's not really anybody that I don't expect to be in their position except for maybe the 2nd and 3rd place trucks, but I'm kind of unfamiliar with those guys at this point. They're fairly new to the league. I think they've only raced a week or two here.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Matt Helmer and Ryan Harbin.
So I don't know what to expect, if they should be there, or if this is a coincidence, or it's just because of the war of attrition. I'll tell you this, about the only truck out there that ain't got some damage on it is Mark Russell. And look who's leading the race, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we know that Butler got himself in the fence. His right front corner's all wrinkled up. He's about the only truck that ain't got any damage, and he's leading the race. Not much of a coincidence.
Right. And that's what it's going to take. It's, you know, it's all about survival out here on this slick 1 mile oval. I'll tell you, it is slick. There's a lot of controversy going on right now in the real world of here. NASCAR drivers want something done with this track because there was a chunk of concrete come up out of that. The drivers are not liking that concrete surface.
Yeah, but it's one of the few remaining concrete surfaces, and they just need to repair that and make it better. And I think concrete. I don't know. There's only a few teams that have a handle on the grip in concrete, and I think everybody just wants to try to take that away, take that advantage away.
Well, the lights are off on the pace car, Roger, and we are going back to green.
Your turn, my friend.
Get ready for this restart. Going to be starting on lap 52 when they get the green flag. So not a whole bunch of laps left here, Roger. About 28 laps. Boy, this went pretty fast. I knew once they got out there and ran some green flag laps, 1 mile around here, it doesn't take long to get 80 laps run out. I think everybody's going to be ready to have this race over.
Every time you put Dover in a rear view, it's a good day.
Yep. Okay, pace car is on pit road. Waiting on the green flag. Mark going to see if Matt Helmers has got anything for him here going into turn 1. Green flag is out. Good restart by everybody. The front 4 or 5 here. Everybody got a great restart. Oh, Sean Butler going down to the low line right behind Matt Helmers.
Very aggressive move right there.
Ooh, and there, he wants to go 3 wide. No.
He wants to try to get everything out of those fresh tires, is what he's trying to do, and a lot of aggression. He just puts it in the fence and wrinkles the right front up some more.
I take that back. That was Ryan Harbin in second, not Matt Helmers. Ryan Harbin. Sean gets in between him and Matt Helmers. So the new guy here, Ryan Harbin, trying to hang with Mark Russell, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah, we're all strung out in single file right now. Not really anybody making moves right here, but I think you see in about 5, 6, 7 laps, guys. So there's a move right there.
Robert Summers on the inside of Matt Helmers there for a second.
Yeah, only for a second though. Helmers slams the door in turn 3.
I hear a lot of fenders getting wrinkled up. And it looks like Sean Butler going by Ryan Harbin for the second position. He's saying, I'm letting Mark get way out there a little bit too far, and he said he's getting out there where I can't reach him. So he's starting to put the hammer down now. Here we are at 25 to go.
Ooh, and Summers creams the wall coming off a 4. Another one creams the wall going down into 1. I didn't catch a number. I think it was a 20 truck. Maybe not. It might have been 32 truck.
Randy Angelin running in 6th. Brent Keith in 7th. Good to see Brent.
He's right there.
I don't see any damage on Brent Keith's truck tonight, so he could be another one that doesn't have a whole lot of damage out there running.
Yeah.
Stephen Pearson, though, now he's got a little front end damage on that, but he's still hanging in 8th, doing a good job of that. Rick Walker in 9th. And our pole setter here, Steve Jones, trying to get a run on Rick Walker. As much damage as Steve's got on that truck, he's still very, very fast. Rick's not going to give it up too easy, though, because, boy, they are door-to-door going down through the backstretch. And finally, Steve gets it away from Rick Walker, and Steve will go into the 9th position. Rick back to 10th.
I'm watching these lap times right now from the 88 and the 9 truck, and Russell's still just a tick quicker on the older tire.
It seems like Sean might be reeling him in just ever so slightly. He's hanging.
That time they were the reverse.
Yep. Right there within a half a second of Mark Russell. Sean said he had something for these guys out here tonight, so let's see what he's got. Now he's down to 0.4 of a second, so he is closing the gap. Let's ride along with Sean here for a minute. same thing here, Roger. They're coming up on lap traffic, and let's see how they negotiate this, because the last time Mark Russell kind of got out of his comfort zone there.
And he had to again.
Yes, he did.
Just not catching those lap vehicles in the right places, and those guys are really kind of impeding his progress.
Yeah, I mean, the guy got off the track, but it was already too late, you know.
Yeah, it was really late to be making that move.
Right. I think he might have been, he looked up in his rearview mirror and said, "Whoa, I got to get off the track." But it was already too late. The leader was right beside him. But Mark seems to be hanging right in there, coming to 17 to go this time by. And
Big
Cotton
rat.
is
That's the 01 of Harbin.
Yes, sir. Oh, and he just barely hits the wall, so...
Oh, Helmers comes way up the hill there. Went down the corner and just over drove it, came up and got in the side of the 01 right there.
Watching here. Oh man, Ryan got into the outside wall coming out of turn 2. Oh yeah, he did overdrive that. Oh man, did he ever. Yeah, he drove way too much power going into the turn right there. And, oof. So knocking Ryan Harbin, boy, and Ryan was running so well.
Leaders stay out, the front two.
Yeah.
Anglin coming up to take third. Jones to fourth. Walker to fifth. Wow. Interesting strategy going to be played out here with under 15 to go on the restart.
Yeah, I kind of figured Mark and Sean would stay out. Those two, they know that their trucks are better on them older tires. The new tires, it just seems like it just takes 3 or 4 laps to get any heat build up in them things to get bite. So, might be a good call. Looks like David Lowe out of the race and Jason Sizlow out of the race too. So we're down to 18 trucks left in the race now. So Patrick may have hit on something there. You know, it's kind of a good thing to maybe get out of the race when he did. He saved himself probably a lot of incidents. You know, we've seen a lot of incidents out here tonight on the track. Well, it's going to be a short run for him, Roger, so I don't know.
Yep.
Do you think Sean's got anything for Mark?
If he does, he's going to have to do it right away. He's going to have to get him on a restart. If he doesn't get him on this restart, he's going to have to, you know, hope that Mark makes a mistake. So far tonight, I haven't seen Russell make one yet.
Yeah, there's only like one race groove here, you know, and boy, if you're not in that groove, you're not going to do well. But I want you to notice there, Steve Jones, our pole sitter, back up into 4th position.
Yeah, did not pit this time. He was running about 8th or 9th when the caution came out. Did not pit. He nor Walker pitted.
He's got a ton of damage on that truck, but boy, I'll tell you, it's been really running well for him. It's got, I would say probably it's dragging the ground just a little bit there. If you notice, right under the driver's door, not much clearance right there, so probably a little bit of a bounce into turns could be affecting the handling of that car, I would say. Compared to some of the other drivers, you know, he doesn't have much clearance right there. That's right where the jack goes.
Yeah, he's got that side skirt way down low.
God, I shouldn't have took that medicine before it started. It just makes my mouth so dry. I just have to keep taking a little sip of water every now and then, because boy, it just makes my mouth dry, my throat dry. Hate that. All right, well, we're getting ready to go back to green here in a couple more laps, so probably about a 13-lap shootout, Roger. Yeah,
we're going to go green next time by.
Yeah, we're going to
13 laps.
Yeah. Everybody doubling up. Well, we're going to have to see if Sean's got anything for him. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back here and we're going to ride along with our pole sitter on this restart.
Well, the top 5 didn't pit. 6th on back, I believe, pitted. So they're all going to be on pressure tires. We'll see if they have the time to get there. If we can keep this thing under the green. New tires should prevail for a lot of spots. It may not get them the win, but it may get them a top 3. Familiar faces at the front going to take us down to what we hope is the final restart.
Go ahead and call that down, Roger, because I'm going to stay right on these cameras here because this is going to get good.
Pace car is going to duck off here at turn 4. Mark Russell, Sean Butler on the front row, Randy Anglin, and Steve Jones in the second row. Restart on lap 68, 13 to go. Green flags in the air. We are underway again. Good, solid restart. I think Russell has the advantage as we get down to turn 1. He's going to have Randy Anglin right behind him. But boy, did Butler get a great drive through the center of 1 and 2, and he's up on that outside. Now Russell can hold his position here in 3. He should clear and be able to hold on to the end. He does. Rick Walker with a strong move all the way up to 4th position right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
And then puts it in the fence off 4, and he's going to lose 2, 3
wide.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe there's going to be a big wreck.
And they were 3 wide there for a second.
Now we got a caution. Perry Snelson lost it, got down and clipped the side of Stephen Pearson's truck and turned him into the fence head first. Wasn't his fault, he was just trying to miss.
Steve Pearson.
Yeah, he was trying to miss the 6th truck, I believe that is, at Helmers.
Yeah, I'm on Stephen Pearson to see what, but the smoke was already ahead of them.
Yeah. Yeah, when Walker put it in the fence, off of 4, that caused, Helmers and Jones were side by side coming through 3 and 4, and Helmers was already low. Jones came down to the middle of the track, and then Helmers just kind of moved back up on him.
Man.
And that kind of starts a chain reaction because Harbin gets into that, and
Snelson back down on pit road. Our leaders still staying out, I believe. Mark Russell and Sean Butler. Randy Angelin in 3rd. Rick Walker, man, what a comeback Rick has made after being caught up in that one wreck. Got a lot of damage on that. Of course, there's only maybe 1 or 2 trucks out there that don't have any damage. We know Mark Russell don't have any. Yet. Let me get that in there. Yet. So, man, a lot of tore up trucks out there tonight, Roger. Man. Steve Jones, our pole setter, going to be starting 5th. Robert Summers 6th. Chris Pence, first time we've seen him in the top 10 today, in 7th. Ryan Harbin in 8th. Scott Barkman 9th. And Brent Keithan, your top 10 right there.
One's riding around out here, Rudy, smoking.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
He's going to be back in 8th place. Well, let's go back and check on him. Ryan Harbin. Yes, he's got a lot of smoke coming out of that.
Very little damage, but tons of smoke.
Yeah, he's I don't know. He's just.
And there it went.
Oh,
The
it just
engine
blew. Yep. He's done. Ah, it's too bad. I think he was trying to take it easy with it, but doggone. So Ryan Harbin blowing the motor, and he is done for the day.
Yep.
I knew with that much smoke coming out of it, it wasn't going to be good. He was just trying to make it to the end.
Yep. Just trying to survive. He had slid through and got the cone and had gotten himself a black flag and was getting that cleared, and then all of a sudden the truck started smoking, and it wasn't even hardly a lap later, and it was done. Well, we're going to see these two up front go at it one more time.
Yes, sir.
On a restart.
Go ahead and call this down, Roger. I'll let you do it, and I can get these, because this is going to be this is going to be tough right here. You don't have a lot of time on a track like, you know, this small, this size, I should say, to do everything, and it just makes it a whole lot easier if you could do that.
The field has formed up as we come down the back stretch. Once again, Russell and Butler going to bring us to the green. Hopefully our final time. Pace car ducking off. Going to restart lap 74, 7 laps. Finish this thing up. Maybe they can do it under green here and get a good solid finish. Russell with a slight advantage. Green flag in the air. And away we go. And again, the inside road not getting as good a start. And Butler's got a great drive through the center of 1 and 2 here. Oh, is he going to be able to get there? I do not think so. Mark Russell looks like he's probably going to hold him off as we get down here into turn 3.
Yes, he does. Mark Russell taking over that lead. Now Sean trying to get down on the low side. And Sean,
I think Mark Russell knew what he was going to do, and he just held off the throttle just enough to break Butler's momentum right there. Now he's waiting for them tires to heat up and come to temperature, but if he's not careful, Butler's going to get a run on him in a place he don't want it. Oh, we got a whack in the wall coming on the 4. Rick Walker, and I'm not sure who was, I think Chris Pence following them. Both hit the wall pretty good right there.
Sean right on the bumper, waiting for Mark to make a mistake, or if he can get that nose up underneath him.
He's running out of laps as we come down and take the 4 to go. I think he's going to have to make his move now. He could not get it there, and Russell just piles it down into turn 1 to hold the lead.
Yeah, it's at 4 to go. Mark's going to do everything he can to hold Butler off, no doubt. If he's got to block him or whatever you got to do, and I think Sean knows that now. You know, he's going to. Oh, Sean hits
Butler
the wall.
Kills the wall.
Man, there's a wall there, Sean.
The track's no wider now than it was the last 77 times you've been by it.
No. And I think that might have just cost Sean the race right there. Because here we are coming to 2 to go. And
England had a shot at him there and backed off, and now Butler's got momentum again. So next time by, we're going to get the white, but I don't know. He's actually closing the gap through 2 here.
I just don't know. He may be able to get the Mark, but getting by Mark's going to be a whole nother story.
Well, especially on the last lap, but he has closed it down to about 3 truck lengths here. It wasn't about 8. So we'll see what he can do through 1 and 2. He is really driving it off into that corner.
Final lap. White flag is out.
Down to about a truck and a half.
Sean's going to give it every valiant effort he can to get up there with him, but boy, I don't know.
Not enough. Not enough.
Nope, not enough. And congratulations to our winner, Mark Russell. Great job. Wow, way to hold off Sean Butler with that last few laps charge right there. Wow.
What a race. What a finish.
Yes, it was. Holy smokes. Man, oh man, I'm telling you. Well, Roger, I think we need to get down there and have a little chat with Mr.
Might be
Russell.
able to do it right here in TeamSpeak.
Well, that would be great. That would be even
Let
better.
me see if I can make that happen.
Okay.
Here you go.
Mark Russell, you got a copy? Not in the game. I'm talking to you in TeamSpeak, buddy.
There you go. Hey, Rudy.
Congratulations on your win. Holy smokes. You held off Sean Butler. I bet you were doing a lot of mirror driving them last few laps. But tell us about them last 4 or 5 laps.
Oh, man, Sean had fresher tires than me there, and I know I flipped the mirror down and just drove the wheels off this thing, Rudy.
Well, I'll tell you what, you did an absolutely amazing job. Just to let you know, Roger picked you to win tonight.
Good for him. Good pick, Roger.
You're welcome, buddy. Thought I jinxed you since Rudy jinxed Patrick.
Yeah, I'd kind of picked Patrick to win because, you know, he hadn't raced in a while, and I thought he's going to come out here fresh and, you know, ready to rock and roll. And, wow, he just got caught up in some bad stuff there tonight. But you brought it home to victory lane tonight, Mark. Well-deserved. I mean, was there anything about Dover that you could maybe throw out there for some of the guys, like a line or anything that you could, you know, kind of give them a little bit of a tip how to drive this track?
Patience, Rudy. Just got to be easy on the throttle coming up out of there and drive it real easy.
Well, you did a great job. I didn't see you driving it easy, but you know what? I think you were one of the only ones out there that did not have any damage on that truck.
That's a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many trucks out there with damage. But great job out there tonight, Mark. Congratulations, well-deserved win. And you got anybody you want to say thank you to?
Oh, thanks to all the fans out there and everybody putting it. I really appreciate it.
All right, Mark. Thank you for talking with us, and great job. All right, Roger.
Sean Butler.
I got you.
Well, man, I know you gave it everything you had there. You were on a little fresher tires, and you were really making a good run at him. And I got to tell you, that wall off turn 4 didn't move for the 77 laps prior till you hitting it, and it didn't move after you hit it, but you sure nailed it. Did that effectively kind of end your run for beating Mark tonight?
Well, I got to say, I had a great truck. I set this thing up for the long run, and I really needed all those laps. I didn't, you know, it's so loose the first 10, 15 laps, and since we never really got a bunch of green flag laps there at the end, it never really tightened up a lot. I made a small adjustment just to tighten it up enough. The wall didn't help it, but it didn't hurt my truck at all. It just made me fall back. I was trying to fall back a little bit, get a little bit of run on Marks. I was better than him off the corner, but I was just too close to him to be able to maintain my run off the corner. So I got a little loose. I had to correct it, and you know, caught the wall a little bit. But oh well, stuff happens. But now we get to start in the back with me next week.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that you did qualify close to the front, but you took off and got a in the longest line for your finish last week, and that's the new rule here. Has it made it more challenging, more interesting, or more frustrating as a driver to know that if you finish at the front, you're going to have to go to the back the next week?
It's definitely kind of all of that. It's really bad knowing that you got a fast truck and you got to start in the back, because you never know what's going to happen trying to come up through there. I mean, you get involved in a wreck. I mean, I use pit strategy to get up to the front tonight. I started way in the back. I drove up to like 14th, and then that caution come out. I just took 2 tires to get out in front of everyone else that pitted, but that's what got me up front today, nice and quick. But man, it's just it is very frustrating trying to pick your way around, knowing that the other fast guys at the front are just pulling away from you at that time, and you gotta hope for a caution once you get closer to the front. That way you can get caught back up.
Well, man, you did a great job of working traffic, and I was watching you on that early run when you went from the back and moved your way up into about the top 15, 14 trucks there, and we knew that you had to have taken 2 tires because you jumped all the way from double digits down to like 7th place, and then you started working your way to the front, and it looked like all night the truck was just working really good. We just didn't get those long green runs, which at Dover you can kind of expect that, but tonight was especially weird off of turn 4. How much did it affect your truck coming through there?
Well, like I said, I had mine. I did a lot of practice and a lot of testing with this setup, and I really had to loosen it up to make it. I mean, I could run fast laps for 70, 80 laps. I mean, it was that good of a truck on a long run. I just never got the long run out of it. I mean, I was out front there right after that restart, and I had to let Mark and I think it was a 6th truck by because I just know. I just can't keep the throttle off the corners, but once it does, man, it's hooked up, and I can run wide open from center off here, even on 40, 50 lap tires.
Well, man, like I said, it looked like your truck was hooked up pretty good all night, especially after a handful of laps, but you did a great job coming up, finishing 2nd tonight. Now you get to start at the back again next week. We'll look forward to watching you work your way through traffic. Is there anybody or fans, friends, anything you need to give a shout-out to tonight?
Oh, yeah, give a shout out to Mark for doing a great job up front, keeping it up front all night. He was tough to, I knew it was going to be hard to get by him, but I'm kind of happy that he gets to start in the back with me next week, so that would be a nice equalizer. But just thank Rick Walker and Bex Brown here at Midnight Motorsports for putting on these awesome races, and thank you guys up in the booth for doing a great job.
All right, thank you, Sean. Congratulations again, and I believe, Rudy, do you have Randy Anglin?
I do. Randy, do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Randy, I was just sitting here thinking, but first off, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, but I think this is about the first time we talked to you on the podium.
Yes.
Well, great job out there. Good race. You kept that thing up there where you were in striking distance, but obviously you just didn't have enough for the leaders. But tell us a little bit about your race overall tonight.
It's a good race. I have a hard time getting a good qualified time, and because my setup is so loose on turn 4, and I baby it for a long time. It takes me a good 10 laps to really feel comfortable with it, and like he said, Sean said, we just didn't get a long enough run. I was just about the time I'd start reeling people in, we'd have another caution, and then I'd have to do it, get all warmed up again, and that's when I finally decided, hey, I want to stay out and just see what happens, because I'm having to warm up my new tires, and so it worked out.
Well, a question that we really didn't ask Mark or Sean, was your truck better on older tires than new tires, or how did it equate out?
Actually, it was better after I stayed out. I was actually able to get into it harder, quicker, and I was able to pull away, because before, at the beginning, there was always like a handful of trucks, 6 or so trucks that would start pulling away from me, and then I'd have to reel them back in later on. But I was able to hang up there with them, so it actually worked out good.
Well, we were talking about that wind coming out of turn 4. Did you have your setup pretty good enough to handle that wind, or I mean, obviously, I think this was real world weather, ain't it?
It seems like it.
Yeah. So I mean, I know you practiced it and everything, but how did that affect your setup tonight?
Well, my setup does so well in turn 2. I didn't really want to change it too much. I just had to learn to really stay out of the gas until I get all the way around the corner, and then ease into it. And I used driving strategy. I actually looked at several different setups, and they all seem to do same thing. So I kind of used staying out of the gas as the way to deal with it, and that's part of the reason why I'm not as quick on the first laps.
Well, I think we're getting that in a lot of these races that we've been broadcasting for, that the guys are saying, that with this new tire model is backing up your corners, backing off the throttle just a little bit more, don't get back into it quite as early. And I think that might be something that we're all learning now. and making it more realistic, I believe, and it's making it all about the driver. You know, I mean, you can't get back in the throttle when you think you can. You got to wait just that little bit longer, and that comes in with what Mark was saying, patience. You know, patience is the virtue, and but you showed it out there tonight. All three of you guys coming in on the podium, and great run by you, Randy. You know, finishing third. That's really, really good on a slippery track like Dover. But you got anybody you want to give a thank you out to?
Sure, of course. You know, Low Line Racing. I really appreciate, or not. I'm sorry. Midnight Motorsports. My bad. I appreciate you guys and Rick and Patrick and you guys up there in the booth. And I'd like to say hi to my friend Bill Brown if he has a chance to listen. I always tell him about it, and so I'd like to say hi to him too. And appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with us, Randy, and great run out there. Congratulations on your third spot.
Thank you.
All right, Roger, let's go down through some of these stats here. I was looking here just a second ago. We had 7 cautions here tonight and 5 different lead changes. Mark led the most laps with 51 laps, so I believe he'll get the bonus point for leading the most laps. So congratulations to him on that. Now let's run down through the results real quick. Mark Russell, of course, our winner. Sean Butler in second. Randy Angelin in third. Steve Jones in fourth. Robert Summers fifth. Chris Pence sixth. Brent Keith seventh. Rick Walker eighth. Stephen Pearson in ninth. And Scott Barkman, your top 10, Roger.
Nicholas Stone brought it home 11th. Roy Hall in 12th. 13th went to Perry Snelson. Ron Coles in 14th. Ryan Harbin in 15th. 16th was Matt Helmers. Bob Roberts came home 17th. William Tony 18th. Jason Laseisla brought the 44 truck home 19th tonight. And David Lowe was our 20th place finisher. Rudy?
All right, Frank Reese coming home 21st. Doug Lemons with that early crash there, finishing 22nd. And Patrick Rowland, first one out of the race tonight. Just nowhere to go, bringing in 23rd spot. So, all right, well, great run by these guys out here tonight. Congratulations to our winner, Mark Russell. And, Roger, is there anything that you kind of wanted to point out here about this race tonight?
Well, it kind of was the war of attrition we thought it might be. That win was really tricky off four. Four's a loose corner here anyway. We saw a lot of action down the front stretch from turn 4. A couple of those were kind of weird. It was way down the track, but I think some of it started in turn 4. It's just one of those things. If you didn't have a whole lot of patience with your right foot, you get yourself in a whole lot of trouble, and you brought a whole lot of guys with you. It's kind of what we expected to see. It's kind of what we got to see, but I think all in all, maybe the best truck didn't necessarily win the race, but the guy that was the most consistent and the most patient brought the victory home tonight, and that's what it takes. So I think we got to see a pretty good race. 7 cautions, 100 laps. You know, you'd only like to see 4 or 5 there, but still, these guys do a great job, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Absolutely. All right, well, guys, tune in tomorrow night. We have a special event that we will be doing. Let's see, it's for Larry Gavel that passed away, and we will be doing a special event tomorrow night for the OSR League. And so tune in tomorrow night here on YouTube. And thanks for watching us here at MaxSpeedTV, and we'll see you tomorrow night.